What's up, guys? So we're going to be installing a high flow cat onto the 99 Honda Civic Si. It's got an Oem catalytic converter, but we decided to go with a performance upgrade high flow catalytic converter. So this has been sitting in my garage for a while, so came off an Integra GSR. This is actually prefabbed and welded for an Integra GSR. This is measuring at around 18 and a half inches, while the stock Oem Catalytic Converter measures around 16.5 inches. But yeah, we're going to install this and see how it is and how it works, and if there's any performance upgrade on the car. Alrighty. Also, if you guys are interested in doing a high flow catalytic converter, this is a universal Magnaflow Hi high flow catalytic converter. This is the part number. This is 2.5 inches. If you want to do a similar setup on your Honda or any car really, you're gonna have to get a flange, and both flanges actually, 2.5 inches, with the donut flange, 2.5 inches as well. And you're gonna have to get a bomb, O2 sensor bomb, and have it pre-welded. You're gonna have to get everything welded if you want to use a universal high flow catalytic converter. This is like 10 bucks more or less on eBay or wherever you can get it. O2 bung. You're also going to need an O2 sensor. You don't really need to change the O2 sensor if you can actually take out the stock OEM O2 sensor, but since I've had experience with catalytic converters and headers sensors, O2 sensors, I've just decided to get one because sometimes they are a pain in the neck to take out the O2 sensors. And not to mention, it is a really good idea to replace your O2 sensor because it will put your car back to normal air to fuel ratios. So it's a really good idea regardless to change your O2 sensor if you have a stock catalytic converter or not. So they say normally it's supposed to be changed around 60 to 80,000 miles, more or less, maybe 100,000 miles on an O2 sensor, but mine already has slightly more than 100,000 miles. So you want to go ahead and get something like this, Denso, something good quality. This is the part number right there. You want to get good quality always, something that's not going to break, because O2 sensor is very important. So that's the part number if you want an O2 sensor for a 99 Honda Civic Si, or maybe even 96 to 2000 Honda Civics. They should all be the same. This is the downstream, meaning it's the catalytic converter O2 sensor. It's not the headers O2 sensors. So this is the catalytic converter. This is a downstream O2 sensor. So let me see if I can find it. I don't think so. But yeah, the way to tell if it's a downstream is this rubber piece right here that goes in the center of the console or the chassis, whatever. This is how you know if it's a catalytic converter O2 sensor, this little rubber piece. And that's it. Let's get started. Also, a good tip to jack up a car is using a low profile high jack. Lifting your car right there on the there's like a chassis thing to lift it. Lift your car there, then put 2 jack stands for safety precaution. And we're gonna go ahead and take the catalytic converter OEM out. Also, when changing a high flow catalytic converter, high flow test pipe or whatever, you always need these flanges, these gaskets, and the donut. You need the donut. Make sure you guys get the donut as well. It's very important when doing this kind of stuff. Also, before you install the aftermarket OEM test pipe, high flow catalytic converter, whatever, make sure you lube this with the lube. There's a lube right here that comes with it. Make sure you lube this, so whenever you want to take this, whenever you want to take this out of this or whatever, it'll come out easy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being seized. That's why I got a new one, because usually the OEM catalytic converters or stock cats, the original ones are like kind of like not rusted, but it's kind of like seized because of all that heat, all that hot air and whatnot. So it'll be like glued on. So it's a good idea to lube it. It's like that you could change it, you know, if you ever have to take it out or change it or whatever, it won't be such a hassle, you know. So that's what you want. You want to get a donut, you want to get a gasket, and then, you know, do your thing, you know. So I want to go ahead and also, it's a very good idea to spray some WD-40 or some squeaky, you know, like a spray that could take these bolts loose, you know, or whatever. It's a very good idea to spray something, you know. So it's easier for both, for you and the car, you know. Alright, let's try to get this. Alright, there we go. Now, there we go. One at a time, one at a time. All right. One at a time. There we go. One at a time. Now we gotta do the same thing right here, except this is a little rusted. And then as far as for the O2 sensor, you see that little gasket right there, that blue gasket? You're gonna have to pull that out and then install the new one. Make sure you disconnect it from the interior as well on the inside. I'll go grab some videos for that as well. I need to get the O2 sensor bong all the way over here. So this O2 sensor bong would have to come out and be welded again on this side, because the O2 sensor bong was welded on the wrong side. So this whole thing would have to come right here. Unless you have an O2 sensor bong, just drill a hole. Instead of taking out this one, just drill a hole in there, and then that's it, that's that. Alright, a little update, guys. I had to go get another O2 sensor bong installed onto the high flow cat, because this is facing towards the headers and this is more towards the exhaust. The O2 sensor bong has to be on the exhaust side, not on the header side, so I'm guessing the Integra GSR was on the header side for the O2 sensor bong. So piece of advice is, well, the O2 sensor bong where it's going to connect to the exhaust, not over here, because this came off my Integra GSR, so I'm just reusing it. So O2 sensor bong on the 3 bolt flange, and you should be good to go. So here it is, guys. Make sure you really tighten it up with something like these or whatever. Have it pre-screwed on. Make sure you look inside, make sure it's good to go. Make sure you get decent new bolts. Like I said, new flange at least, and one of these. It's not even like the right size, but we're gonna try to make it work. It only goes like halfway, so we're gonna try to make that work. Alrighty, put the freaking thing on. You know how it is. Get the screws out. Alright, that's one. Get the other one. This looks like it might be the right size. I don't know. We'll see. There we go. One side and the other. Get these guys out. And make sure you have something holding the exhaust. The exhaust has no hangers, so it's in a no hangers exhaust. I don't know, I guess the piping is wrong, so the exhaust has no hangers on it. Unless, gotta flip it around or whatever. It actually has a hanger, but it's not connected. That's what it is. Alright. Let's get these screws on. Or whatever. Push the exhaust hose back, so hopefully this works. We're literally gonna have to push it back. Literally. This might not work, but I'm gonna try to make it work. I'm gonna have to do it the other way with this Bluetooth sensors and speed. Like this. Whatever. I'm gonna have to try to make it fit. Don't ask me how, but I'm gonna have to try to make it fit. Oh, righty. Trying to make it fit. Oh my goodness. This might not work. Maybe. Maybe. Oh, look at that. That's not very nice. Turn it the other way. Trying to get it connected. Yes. Be facing down. That's not good. Alright guys, so we got the high flow catalytic converter installed. This was kind of a pain in the neck because of the donut. It's slightly bigger than what is supposed to be on the header. So it was kind of pain in the neck to fit in because this catalytic converter, high flow cat, is actually longer than the OEM catalytic converter by like 1.5 inches to almost 2 inches. And now the exhaust hangs a little bit down. I'm gonna have to get custom exhaust. That's coming soon. I'm just using this because it's been sitting in the garage, so why not put it to good use, right? It's got a brand new O2 sensor. Put it right inside the hole, so it should be good to go. But yeah, we finally got it installed, guys. A bunch of 15s, 14 millimeter, 12 millimeters. You definitely need this to get the top bolt on the right there, the top bolt on top of the exhaust. So you need one of these as well. So make sure you do that if you're gonna do an aftermarket or universal high flow catalytic converter install. And make sure you get the right donut because this one's slightly, just by a little bit, bigger than what it was supposed to be. So this is what I had in the garage, so I didn't have, you know, I didn't go to the parts, hardware, automotive parts store or whatever to go get another donut. So I'd rather just use whatever I have. So I made it work. And now we're gonna start the car, connect the O2 sensor, and we should be good to go. Alrighty. Also, let me show you the exhaust. If you guys remember before, the exhaust was sitting in. Now it sits outwards. So that's good news as well. You push the exhaust out a little bit more. So now should be good to go. Hopefully it doesn't rattle against anything. So alrighty, so there it is. You want to connect the O2 sensor, which is right here in the middle of the carpet. Connect the O2 sensor that we just brought up. You should be good to go. There it is. There's both of them right there. You just want to connect it. Pull the carpet down, and that's it. Once you connect that, you can start the car. Alright, first startup. Let's see how it goes. First startup. I'm actually gonna get the same exact exhaust because this exhaust is already ripped. If you can see right there, I don't know if you guys can tell or not, but this exhaust inside is already kind of ripped. It's an eBay exhaust, so it's got a. I want to get the same exact one though. Now I'm a fan of this exhaust. So let's see if there's any air leaks. air leaks coming from here. Let's check the back. No air leaks coming over here, guys. So far, so good. So it was kind of a tight fit, but we got it to work. So yeah, there it is. Spec-D exhaust. Spec-D exhaust with the high flow catalytic converter. Stock headers. I'm gonna order another Spec-D exhaust because I want to get a clean, exhaust. Holes and runs. See, look, I'll show you. See, it's kind of ripped inside. If you guys can see, see how it's ripped? It's broken already, so I gotta get another Spec-D exhaust. You know what I mean? See? Right there, you see that? It's broken inside. So, yeah. There it is, Spec-D. Here's the Oem Catalytic Converter. I might have to chop this little exhaust flange out, put a new one, in case I want to install this one back on. But yeah, the donut's in there. You could tell it's much smaller donut than the one that I put on the high flow cat. But yeah, this is the Oem Catalytic Converter. I'm gonna have to cut that exhaust flange out, put a new one, stainless steel, so like that doesn't rust out like that. You know what I mean? So pretty much good to go. We got it all ready to go. Now we're gonna do some test pulls. See how it sounds. We're good to go. Thanks for watching, guys.
that's an exhaust video for a high floor cab.
Ah.